Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network. Jen Kirkman is here. I guess we're all going to just yell this whole hour. I don't know. Jim Jordan is yelling, and it's not a joke. He's going to investigate
noises!
Hillary. Yeah, there we are. Everything's magical full
I
circle.
don't know why they're so obsessed with her. When do I stop yelling?
I thought it was a joke. When I saw the soundbite, I was like, really? Jim Jordan's talking about investigating Hillary? Because because all of the other, dumb investigations have blown up in his face,
Well, that's what I mean. This confidence in these idiots. And you would think that he would be like, okay, even I know it's a cliche at this point to talk about investigating Hillary. Find someone else. Investigate, I don't know, Jimmy Carter, someone. Just make up a new one.
Somebody did a Roadrunner, cartoon with like, all right, the last investigations didn't work, but this next one, he's got like a slingshot or something with a piece of dynamite that's already lit that know is going to go off.
Right.
But yeah.
And I just recently found out he didn't even pass the bar. Like,
No.
He's not an actual lawyer.
I know. Someone tweeted. I love the tweet. They're like, shut up, put on a jacket, pass the bar, do something constructive with your life. I mean, he's just...
We need that George Clooney documentary to come out, by the way. The one that kind of exposes him. When is that? Come on, George. Time's a ticking.
Yeah, TikTok. That's not affected by the writer's strike, is it? I mean, that's a documentary.
I don't think so. I think it's already, it's in the can. Like, let's just put it on air.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, honestly, all of if you've seen, I don't even know what cartoon I'm thinking of, the exploding comedy cigars. I don't know. That's what every investigation they do.
Those were a lot in Tom and
They've
Jerry
lost their
cartoons.
informants. The whistleblowers are not really whistleblowers. It's like, oh my God, it's so pathetic.
Well, that's the best thing is, like, not only do the investigations blow up in their face, but they actually implicate, right, themselves and the people they're trying to defend even more. It's brilliant to the point where I'm starting to think they're on our side.
I know, like all the audits they did where Joe Biden won by even more votes. I'm just like, oh my God. Like, how many times can Trump lose Arizona?
Right.
It's just, I don't know.
It makes me believe in God.
Jill
Just a weird God, but God nonetheless.
Jill in New York on our favorite subject, locking Trump up. Hello, Jill. You're on with Jen.
Hi.
Hi.
I was really just meaning to pass on information. I'm not super comfortable being on air because I'm a weirdly private person. But here, to help you along, hopefully, with your locking up Trump fantasy.
Yes.
So one quick correction. Mar-a-Lago wasn't donated to the federal government. It was donated to the local government.
Okay.
So that might not work.
Yeah.
However, handily, there is an Air Force base in South Florida called Eglin Air Force Base
Okay.
that has a lovely white-collar prison on its campus.
Oh, perfect.
And people that Trump knows have already served time there, and one thinks that since it's an Air Force base, maybe they can work out that thing with the Secret Service.
Sure.
So that was the info I was calling to pass along.
You are
That's
a liberal
perfect.
helper, and we appreciate it. And you did great.
That was
did amazing.
Thank you.
I'm honored for the title. You guys have a great day. Keep entertaining us.
All right.
And Jen Kirkman, put out where people are protesting, and we'll get some food sent over to you. Fully enjoyed
Wonderful.
the people
I'll post it
dancing
on
to
Twitter.
Saturday Night Fever, protesting and dancing outside of Netflix to Saturday Night Fever last week. That was kind of awesome. So
Fun. Okay.
Are you in New York or LA?
I'm in New York.
Oh, great. Okay, yeah. I was at that protest. I will post
That's why
on
I'm
Twitter. You can
mentioning it.
follow me there
Were
and
you?
find out
Okay.
where we're going to be.
I cut through the line to go to the Chase Bank there. Anyway, you
Aw,
guys keep
thanks,
doing
Jill.
what you're
That's
doing.
okay.
Thanks for everything.
All right. Thank you,
Bye.
Jill. All right. Bye-bye. Jill, you're gonna be responsible for needing to put all the writers on a weight loss program after all the food you get delivered, including Flavor
we're
Flav
walking
pizza.
like
But yeah, they're walking.
5 hours a day.
Yeah.
We don't need it.
They're walking. Yeah,
We're walking here.
I pass by Paramount every single day.
Oh.
Yep, they're
Yeah.
Yep, we've hung through them.
big pickets out
Yeah.
there.
Pet 'em out.
Do you beep? Do you beep, Chris?
I
Do you
do.
beep?
I do.
Yeah.
Good.
That was where my late night show was filmed. My ill-fated late night show.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I walked past your studio, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. Did I ever tell you that story, John? Yeah, this is a very sad story. Right after my show was canceled, I went back to, auditioning to be the fourth banana on a sitcom, along with 6 billion other, actresses in Hollywood. And so I was standing in a line at Paramount because that's where the audition was with my sides, my. Jen, are you aware what sides are? They're
Yeah, they're
your
little
lines.
parts of a script that you audition
right.
with.
Yes. Yes, and they were doing a tour of Paramount in the golf cart full of people, and someone went, "Oh, that's Stephanie Miller from the Late Night Show," and then they stopped the cart, and like I was like a
cattle call.
Yeah, I was like a display on the, and then I just was like, "Shut up and move along." I got audition for
but
this
I think
part.
I have a different. I would have felt the same way back then, but now when I look at stuff like that, it's like, how many people can say you got recognized on a tour?
Right.
That's so exciting. It's
and
not
then
like
in
he
a cattle
shouted,
call to play fourth banana on a.
But they don't know that. They think
sitcom
you're on the
the
lot 'cause
WB.
Because you're important. They
don't
think
know
you're on the
that.
lot because you're
He
important.
doesn't go, "Oh, there's a loser auditioning. She's never going to get it." He didn't say that.
I inadvertently became a site on the sightseeing tour. They're like, "Oh,
I
that
think-
loser just got her late night show canceled." That one right there.
That's a humble brag what you're doing.
Yeah. Oh.
To me, it feels more like Sally Field at the mall in Soap.
Yeah, well, right. And but if I'd had someone say, "Hey, that's Stephanie Miller," but no.
You dish.
He didn't say her canceled late night show. This is Steph's sad story. One time I had a late night show and it was canceled, and then I was on a lot and someone recognized me. Can you imagine anything worse?
Shut up. Shut up. Why do we book her? I don't understand.
The struggle is real, Jen. The struggle is real.
It is. You know what? I'm going to need a smaller violin, Chris.
Okay.
And then I went on, it gets worse. I went on to have a decades-long hit radio show, being one of the only women to do this. And it just, when am I going to get my shit chance?
You know what? You're bitter because you're on strike and you're not working and you're taking it out on me.
It's true. I'd love you to have a late night show. I hope you would let me be like one of those permanent guests or let me be a writer. You'd be so good at it.
Arnold Schwarzenegger can get a new action series. Why can't I get a show? I'm 1,000. Who cares? Hi, Mike in Michigan. You're on with Jen Kirkman.
Yeah, hey, the trouble with Trump going to prison would be like a mob boss going there, like in Goodfellas. Remember the Goodfellas when Paulie's in prison and they're cutting, and making stew and everything. But at least he'd be behind bars, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
But you could substitute the different guys that are going to be there because there's bound to be, besides Paul Manafort and,
Yes.
I think is Manafort still in jail? I don't know.
Yes, exactly. He'll have friends. I mean, maybe other people.
Yeah, where is Paul Manafort?
Rudy will be there. Oh.
Hey, I do want to bring up something that this guy mentioned, that if Trump goes to prison, the other argument people always say is we can't let someone who has all the, like secrets in prison because they'll try to sell them for currency. And I'm like, first of all, he's already doing that.
Right. That's why he's going to prison. Right.
Yeah. And like, what's the prisoner in prison going to do with that info? Like, I just don't think that argument doesn't sway me.
Can you trade it for cigarettes? I don't know.
Do you think anyone would care? They'd be like, I'm looking for, yeah.
Suddenly we've hit a very popular topic. Trump in prison.
Yeah.
Nancy in Northern California. You're on with Jen. Hey, Nance.
Oh, hey, regarding Trump in prison, and Eglin Air Force Base is actually in northern Florida on the Panhandle. It is the largest landmass Air Force base, and it has actually a real municipal airport on base. So anybody can get in to ridicule him and laugh at him whenever they want.
Fantastic.
Point and laugh.
All right.
Listen, that's my new dream. If the writer's strike is still going on, MSNBC has to do like the prison blocks they do and you and I host them, and it's just us taunting Trump in his cell and other, whoever else goes to prison from the Trump administration. We don't have to write it. We'll just improv it.
We'll just improv. This is the greatest news I've ever heard. I mean, it just keeps getting better that this one woman calls in, she helps, this other woman. We can fly there and heckle. You get Michael Rappaport to join us.
Yes.
I mean, it's amazing.
God. Special guest.
Wouldn't that be amazing? Oh, my God.
Oh, my
that
God.
guy that dresses that looks like Santa Claus and holds signs. I mean, we could have a ball.
That was the best heckle ever. His heckle of Marjorie Taylor Greene. You and I have heard some heckling in our comedy careers, but oh my God, you filthy animal, get out of here, you racist pig, get out of here. It was just so the New York accent was like so thick that it was fantastic.
Oh, I miss you guys, but I do love being in New York because I do love the people and I love that accent.
Yeah. There's been yet another statement from the bassinet of the 45th president.
Oh, it's a Steph impression.
Hooray! This is all about election interference. A poll just came out. I'm way up on Biden in the general election. No, you're not. All the new polls have you. Okay, never mind. What that means is the radical left Democrats will step up their fake investigations on me because now they see they can't win at the ballot box. Trump-hating special prosecutor Jack Smith, whose family and friends are big-time Trump haters, will be working overtime on this treasonous quest. They are scoundrels and cheats. This is all about election interference. I hope Republicans in Congress are watching. Wow. Harry Litman is right. You'd have to kind of check baby's diaper to see what's happening, because I think the documents case is next based on his screechiness, don't you think?
I love when he accidentally gives us a preview of something he's clearly been warned about. Like, it's just scoundrels. Good word, Trump.
I was thinking, hey, someone told him that word. Baby doesn't know that word. That's not his 6-word vocabulary. No. Don't you, as a fantastic writer, that was the thing that I think started to annoy me even before everything else, is his 6-word vocabulary. That it just literally is like the Flintstones background of words. It's just the same 6 words that he just rearranges, right? Yeah. Tremendous was the big one. Bigly. Tremendous. Unbelievable. Strongly. Denied it very strongly. And then the words he made up, like bigly. You don't just make up words. You can't.
It's not a thing.
Do you agree with Hal Sparks that this is just a grift, that he's not going to run, that he's going to drop out at some point, that he's just trying to run to stay out of jail, but that he's not going to actually end up? I don't know. I do agree with Hal Sparks completely. I do think it's a grift, but I think the original running for president was a grift, and I could see him, if he does get nominated, going forward with it, even though it wouldn't be a grift anymore, because I know there's campaign financial things, but I just don't think he'd be able to ever because when would he ever
turn away from the power and popularity?
When would he ever break the law? I see what you're saying. Yeah.
He's a dangerous grifter, because some people just want to grift for the money and then they'll peace out when it's done. But he'll end up president again if we don't stop him. So I don't rest easy going, oh, it's just a grift. I go, it's a grift that could go awry again.
Yeah. Well, this one I just saved because I love the wheel of grifters. So the pillow guy, Mike Pillow,
sure.
Yeah. Did you see this last week? He asked the public to buy stock in his business, Lindell TV, to gain back the millions he spent trying to overturn the election. This is what happens. Trump raised money off getting convicted in the E. Jean Carroll case.
It's a grift.
Right. Yes, exactly. Mike Lindell announces that he has spent over $40 million trying to overturn the election. He needs your help. So he's going to allow people to buy stock. In Lindell TV. He said, I want every person out there to have a little piece of the pie. Oh my God. These are the biggest.
That going to devalue his company?
I don't. Okay.
A piece of the pie that's going to fail because all your pies have failed?
Right. Oh, you know what he needs is the money to pay the guy that took his bet where he said, prove me wrong. And the guy's like, okay. And so he owes that guy, right? $5 million. What's his name? Software developer Robert Zeidman, who sued him for the false election claims. They examined Lindell's data and concluded that not only did it not prove voter fraud, it also had no connection to the 2020 election. Whatever the data is that Mike Pillow kept saying he has in his pillowcase was not even okay. I don't know what was it if it wasn't connected to the election. Well, what is it? Is it like packing peanuts?
I don't know.
Okay. It was just reams and reams of data.
Anyway, Jen, my point is you can buy stock right now.
Yeah, I'm actually buying it now as we speak. I've been Googling it because, I have a lot of money to spare right now, not working. And I feel like I need to invest in my future. If this strike is going to go on for a long time, I better buy stock in something that's going to make me rich.
Republicans say they won't cut Social Security, Medicare, or Medicaid. But can honest, hard-working middle-class Americans really believe what these politicians say? Republicans said they wouldn't overturn Roe v. Wade. Here's what Supreme Court Justices Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, and Coney Barrett said during their Senate confirmation hearings.
Roe v. Wade. It is a precedent of the United States Supreme Court. A good judge will consider it as precedent of the United States Supreme Court.
Roe v. Wade. It's settled as a precedent of the Supreme Court.
Roe is not a super precedent, but that doesn't mean that Roe should be overruled.
Well, we saw how that turned out. They played us for fools. Tell your elected officials to keep their hands off of our Social Security and health care benefits. Fool me once. Let Majority Rule was responsible for this message. LetMajorityRule.org is a project of the Marvin Lucas Super PAC, which is responsible for and paid for this ad and is not affiliated with or authorized by any political campaign or candidate or candidates committee.